Asante Sana. Here at Harambe, we like to say Twende, that's Swahili 4. Let's go. Well, Jumbo everyone, my name is Jared. I'll be your tour guide today through Harambe's Wildlife Reserve. Now if you guys want to prepare, you can look right above me. Made you that animal spotting guide. Those will be some of the animals you may see out here today, so keep your eyes peeled out for them. But of course, for the safety of all these animals in the reserve, just make sure not making any loud noises at them. Some of them have very sensitive hearing, so we don't want to scare them. Also, as their home, we want to feel welcome. Now, for the safety of everyone on this truck, just make sure we are staying seated at all times with all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle as well. Does include little children, but if they can't see, they're always allowed to lap sit. Just don't stand them up, don't string them around. They're not Simba, you're not Rafiki. It also is mandatory, keep those face coverings on throughout our whole journey today, covering our nose, mouth, and chin for me, please. But as you can see, we're entering the Little Tory Forest. The first animal we can see on our right side, there's two of them, beautiful okapis over on this hill. For us, because they're striped legs and back, but they're not. Actually, to the giraffe, they're just rocking some party pants, as you can see, but you can tell they are related to the giraffe because they're long facial structures and their long 16-inch purple tongue. People did think they were a myth. Okapis weren't found until 1901. Once they were discovered, it made people question what other animals have yet to be discovered out here. Dun dun dun. Oh, but on my left side, I can see a beautiful black rhino over there. I actually see another one much closer to us, taking a little nap over here on the wall. But black rhinos, they weigh about 3,500 pounds and can reach speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. However, though, there's only about 5,000 black rhinos left in the world today due to poaching. They poach for their horns. Inside those horns, they have something called keratin in them. Keratin is also found in our fingernails and hair. So why is it so important, people? I have no idea. Back on my right side, you see two different types of antelopes. The first one, really close to us, those are greater kudus, largest antelope in Africa. And on top of the hill, those are bongos. They're called the ghost of the forest because they're very rare to find. Now, if you were to pet one of those bongos, you would get that red color on your hands, kind of like Cheeto dust. How cute, just don't eat it. Back on my left side one more time, see some black and white birds. Those are the saddle-billed storks. Their name, look at that little yellow part on their bills. Looks like a little saddle sitting right on top. Those storks are the true definition of lovebirds, because once they find their perfect match, they mate for life. We're going to be making our way out of the Little Tory Forest. We're going to head into the Safi River. Find some animals swimming around this water. Hard to see there. To our right, all the way to the right, basically behind us in the water, a Nile hippopotamus swimming back there. But like I said, they're in the worst spot possible. If you don't see them, don't worry. We'll try and find some more up ahead. Nile hippopotamus are born. They're about 85 pounds, 5,000 pounds when they're an adult. Do spend all their time in the water, except at night. That's when they leave their water to go find their food. And they can walk up to 6 miles away from that water to go find it. Now over on this island on my left side, another type of bird, these white ones on the logs. Those are pink-backed pelicans. Now they get their name because during mating season, their backs turn a slight pink. During that time, you can find pairs of up to 500 of those pelicans in one small area. That's over 1,000. Let's try to look for a few more hippos. Oh, they're behind the bushes, behind the guardrail on our left side. Very, very hard to see. Oh, and there's actually some on the island. Oh, look at this! A baby hippo on our left. Only 3 weeks old with its mom. Very tiny, look at that. Like I said, they're only 3 weeks old, so they're very young. Just born, very small. He's already about 150 pounds as well. But look at these cuties on my left side as well, getting into the water. A float of Nile crocodile lounging around.
That's the daddy.
Now these Nile crocodile, they grow about 16 feet long. If they were to stand up on their tails, that's as tall as a giraffe. And they can weigh a whopping 500 pounds. What a lot of people don't know about those vicious predators though is that they're really good parents. And what they like to do, they like to put those eggs in their mouth, roll them around a little so they crack. That way it's easier for those babies to hatch. How adorable is that? But with the change of scenery up ahead, looks like we are going to be heading out of the Softy River. We're going to head into the savannah. Before we enter though, check out this tree on our right side. You may see a few of them down here. Baobab tree, also called the upside down tree, because when you look at it, looks like it's planted upside down, but it's not. Now these trees, they are leafless around 9 months of the year, and they keep all their water stored in those big trunks of theirs. Does make it a good animals nearby like to use their tusks and horns to pierce into those trunks to get into that water. It's also called the tree of life. Make sure you have your face coverings on all the way in the back, please. Got to be on at all times. As we make our way down this hill, look back on my left side. You can see the gorgeous view of the savannah. A lot of animals walking around right now. We have plenty to see. I believe we're going to start with some little animals coming up on our right side, right behind these bushes. They're very small. The springbok on our right side. Now the springbok, they get their name for their leaping ability. These little guys can leap forward about 16 feet, 6 feet. It's one of their best defense mechanisms against any predators around. Another defense mechanism that they do have, though, is also their speed. Springbok are one of the top 10 fastest animals in the world. They're actually number 3 on the list. And the springbok can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. And I believe I see some cattle over on our right side as well. Try and get a better view up ahead, so don't worry. Oh, but on my left side, very hard to see. Look against the wall all the way in the back. They're kind of to the left of it. There's a pack of wild African dogs sleeping back there against the wall. Wild African dogs, also called painted dogs for their unique colors. Yes, they are part of the dog family, all the way in the back left. But those wild African dogs are the most successful predators in the world, catching up to 90% of their prey. They are more successful than most big cats. Lions can only catch up to 30% of their prey.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Now before we get to the cattle as well, on our left there's another type of antelope all the way in the back on the hill in between the bushes. They're dark brown. Those are the sable antelope. They are the symbol of Harambe's Wildlife Reserve. That's because instead of running away from their predators, like to stand their ground, fight back against them. But these cattle we are seeing on our right side, the holy cattle. And as you can see, they are known for their horns. Horns are quite long. They grow about 5 to 6 feet from tip to tip. They do look heavy, yes, but they're not. They're made of a honeycomb-like structure. They actually help regulate their blood flow and body temperature. There'll be some more cattle on my left side. You can see them on the right. Here comes a bull. He's against the hill. He has the biggest horns out of all of them. Now the cattle, they do play a special role in Africa, like I said. They're known for wealth. More in collie cattle you have, more wealth you are. Now we're going to be heading to the back of the savannah. I believe I see the trio of best friends over here. I'm talking about the wildebeests, zebras, and giraffes. It's very, very common to find all 3 of them hanging out together because all of them are non-territorial. And once in a while after they do all get together, migrate from one area to the next. Now whenever they do that migration, they always follow the rain. Wherever it rains, it means fresher grass for them. You can see them all on our right side. Looks like the first trio is going to be our... So you know cows go moo, wildebeest, they go moo. I believe I see the zebras coming up ahead as well. And very hard to see, but look at the little dirt pile that you're going to see on our right side. Taking a little nap right against his mom. Here's going to be our baby zebra napping on our right. Here he comes. He's only a few months old, like I said. Look at the dirt path he's laying down. Our little baby with his mom. Now looking at the beautiful stripes on those zebras though, a lot of people think they're white with black stripes, but they're actually black with white stripes. And you can tell looking at those noses. There's a whole group of them like that you see that is known as a dazzle. That's because when they're all together, zebras use something called dazzle camouflage, which confuses their predators because of all their stripes. There's that giraffe. Now that's a Maasai giraffe, tell looking at their brown spots. Kind of messy unlike other giraffes. Maasai, messy. That's how I remember it. Now one thing that makes those giraffes so tall is those necks, of course. Necks are very, very long. But just like us humans, giraffes only have 7 vertebrae in their necks. They're much longer in size compared to ours, but I like them as a short neck giraffe, so it's fine. Taking a little detour over this part of the savannah. I believe I see some animals hiding on this part. Now, like on our left side, there'd be some monkeys over here.
Look at the
Now these are mandrills. Mandrills are the
birds.
largest monkeys in the world. The men, he's all the way in the back left, right by the rock. He weighs about 100 pounds. And the females are all to the right of the rock. They weigh about 30 to 40 pounds. As you can tell them apart. Another we can tell them apart though, males have more dominant colors, and when they're excited, their colors can get even brighter. Look on my right side, hiding all the way in the back, is only a good spot. We'll see them. See those African elephants hanging back there. Of course, you can tell they are African elephants because we're in Africa right now, but also if you look at their ears, they're kind of shaped like the continent. African elephants, they do have the longest pregnancies in the world for 22 months to 2 years. When they're born, about 250 pounds. Then they grow about 13,000 pounds when they're an adult. This one looks like the male elephants, also known as bull elephants. That's because by the age of 13, that's when the men reach their maturity. So they either go off by themselves, or they join other men and form a bachelor herd. So hopefully on the other side, red clay. Those elephants like to eat the red clay. It has very important nutrients and minerals for them. Really, really good for their diet. I see them all coming up on our left side, all the girls. There's about 4 of them hiding over here. Maybe a little hard to see with all this tall grass. So don't worry, we can't see these 2. I see the other 2 up ahead behind the rocks. During the day though, the savannah can get pretty hot. One way elephants like to keep themselves cool. In the top right corner on our left side, 2 cheetahs laying down, taking a nap. Now cheetahs run about 65 miles per hour, which makes them the fastest land animal in the world. And they can reach this speed in just under 3 seconds. One of the greatest adaptations they have to help them run fast is a very flexible spine. Those cheetah spines are so flexible that when they run, they can turn in midair. Speaking of big cats, looks like we're approaching a kopje, a special rock structure to my left side. It's the perfect place to find the lions. They're probably going to be doing what they do best in the day, which is rest, because they are nocturnal, so they rest for 16 to 20 hours of the day. And they do rest for that long, save all the sound that they make. So you know cows go moo, wildebeest, they go moo. Now we are going to be approaching the village though, so now would be a perfect time. Make sure all those personal items, make sure you drop anything on the ground or around you. It is going to be a long trek back to Africa. You guys don't want to leave anything behind. If you do want to check out the Gorilla Falls Trail though, you want to go far for that, because once you go up the truck, head right up the hill. Once you're at the top of the hill, look over to your right side. Make sure you drop anything on the ground or around you. It is going to be a long trek back to Africa. You guys don't want to leave anything behind. If you do want to check out the Gorilla Falls Trail though, you want to go far for that, because once you go up the truck, head right up the hill. Once you're at the top of the hill, look over to your right side.